probably mad as heck at this stuff.
News is popping everywhere. Akai, turn the dial, the world's on air.
Sorry, guys, technical
News is
problem.
popping everywhere. Akai and Verm, we take the stage. Friends with headlines, turn the page. Just pure talk, it's what we do. Around the world, we bring it to you. Laughs and facts on your airwaves. Every story, every day. From sunny coasts to snowy peaks. Breaking news and the hottest leaks. We're your voice, we're your crew. The globe's in spin, we'll bring it to you. Just pure talk, it's what we do. Around the world, we bring it to you. Laughs and facts on your airwaves. Every story, every day.
Every story, every day. Hi, everybody. It's DJ Verm here live. We always have our slow, nice intro coming in with that nice voice talking about us. So, hey, everybody. DJ Verm here with Akai and Doc Fallujah at the bottom. Tonight, a lot of topics on the table. I think we all done our work and we all brought some stuff to the table. So we're going to be talking about different things and not only our governments. Not only that, we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. We're going to be talking about ChatGPT, AI in a whole, Taylor Swift and getting engaged, shooting in a Catholic school, and truck driver in Florida that everybody saw in the news. I'm sure that with these 5 topics, we're going to be doing our night. So, ladies and gents, we're kicking off. Hi, people coming in. This is Just Pure Talk, our English podcast. And we are going to be talking about some interesting things. So you should hang on and listen to us. That's for sure. I'm telling you. Yeah, listen to us. How you doing, Akai?
Doing good.
Yeah.
I told you I would bring my brick.
Have you brought your brick?
I brought my brick.
So that's a brick that you've done
out of concrete and dirt.
But it's not concrete that we know. It's concrete that you not invented, but you found a formula.
I found a formula online for guys who are making what they call dirtcrete for doing driveways and, rammed earth homes and stuff like that, and floors. And so, because flooring is out of cost, the price is just outrageous. So this is still kind of drying, and I still have to coat it in the mineral oil, but it's hardening up. It looks good. It feels like concrete. It looks like concrete.
So now, is it dry? Because I know we talked about it because you were doing your floor out of that concrete. Is it dry now, your block?
My block is almost dry. I could feel sometimes it's still a little damp feeling, but it dries a whole heck of a lot slower than concrete.
Okay. And is it going to chip maybe because you don't have quick cement in it? Or some kind of formula with quick cement or something like that?
It's got Portland cement in it.
Oh, Portland cement. Okay.
So if you ever made mortar, if you ever made concrete in a concrete mixer, you throw in so many things of sand and so many things of gravel, and then you throw in your Portland cement. And your Portland cement is the cement binder that binds it all together, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing the same thing, but instead of using sand and rock and all that stuff, you're using native soil to where you live. And I just happen to have a lot of clay and granite in my soil where I'm building my cabin. So I'm putting that in there, and it's 12 shovels of dirt to 1 healthy shovel of Portland. And you mix it up with water and tamp it down, and it's making a nice floor, so I can't complain.
Wow. Okay. So, and is it drying in your house? Well, you're
in the cabin.
You're building at the moment?
Yeah.
Can you walk on it now?
Huh?
Can you walk on it now, or you're still waiting?
Oh yeah. Yeah, within a couple hours you can walk on it.
So, like you've always told me for the past 10 years, as being I'll say an engineer, just to figure out a way, a guy who knows, who works on different things and makes his own stuff, you were able to create some concrete with the soil that you have on your land.
Yeah. And so instead of, because I would have to cart like 600 bags of concrete up there to, 60-pound bags of concrete up there, that's a lot of weight.
Okay.
And would it be easier? Probably, maybe. But but when I'm done with this concrete, once it dries, then I have to roll on between 4 and 6 coats of boiled linseed oil.
Okay.
And I use an 80-20 ratio, 20% unscented mineral spirits and 80% boiled linseed oil. And you do your coats 20, 30 minutes apart. And you coat the whole floor, and you do it between 4 to 6 times. And then you let it sit for 30 days. And boiled linseed oil is a polymerizing oil. So it would almost be like, putting down liquid rubber. Basically, the closest thing I could put it to. And the older it gets, the harder it gets. And it allows you to then be able to mop the floor and do everything like you would on a regular home floor, and water won't soak into it.
Okay. So it's almost like acrylic. Is that it? Acrylic
like
coating?
epoxy coating that you're putting
epoxy,
on.
Epoxy coating.
But it's an all-natural product.
Okay. Well, great. So that means you're...
time. It takes time, which we're all in a rush to get things built and made. And so we're not willing to let stuff sit for 30 days before we put furniture on.
No, and winter's coming up, and you're still building. So, I mean, yeah.
And
at least now it's shut. It's shut. Your walls are done. Your roof is done. Your floor's done. So at least you can work. Can you go up there in the wintertime or?
By snowshoe. Yeah.
Okay. So your road is not plowed.
Oh, it's not passable in the winter. No.
Okay.
Be 3 feet deep snow. But
okay.
The wood stove got installed today too. So.
Oh, that's good.
Using a Liberator rocket stove.
So you're good for October, November when it gets cold. You're going to be able to light it up.
Oh yeah, I lit it up today to test it out, and it helped dry out the concrete that's already in the building. So
yeah, for sure, it's hot. So yeah, okay. Doc Fallujah, how's your week gone?
It's a good week. I'm alive.
Good week.
Another
Anything
week that I'm
special?
alive. Started my master's.
Yeah.
Okay. And
you're getting a master's in
cybersecurity.
Nice.
Then I get to come visit Sam again.
Someone's gonna teach us how to take care of our cyber problems.
Well, I can do that now.
No, I know you're good at it.
My problem is that the job market here is very volatile, and it's like I have probably 16 or 17 years of IT experience, but unless you have the piece of paper, it doesn't mean nothing to them.
No, you're right.
No,
for sure.
Everybody
I know what it is.
Saying you've got 5 years of experience of working on X.
But the funny thing is, if the guy goes and gets the master's right out of school, like out of high school, he doesn't get hired either because they want him to have the experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got a double standard.
Yeah, I have a friend that's in that.
We have a topic later on that's going to tie into this.
It is?
Very well, yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about it then. Make sure. So everything's going great for you.
I think so.
How's about your kid, your wife? You got your wife with you? How's
she's over at one of the. There was a girl that I met at the VA that she had a baby like 2 weeks before my wife, and my wife and her interact because the babies are 2 weeks apart, so it's good for them. They're very similar.
Oh wow!
I think my wife
is
very much more intelligent than the girl, but that's neither here nor there.
Everything's going great. That's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, before I talk about me, I forgot that we got to talk about our sponsors because we have to not forget them because of them. That's why we got money to promote the show. So we have our buddies from Gold Ride. We have, and you know what Gold Ride is? Did you go see
I was
Akai
just
what
going to
Gold
ask
Ride
you,
is?
what is Gold Ride?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
what
Gold
that is.
Ride is a medical. It's kind of a, how can I say? I'm just trying to figure out in English. People, bear with me. It's like a man, a kind of a towel with lights in it. So it's therapeutic lights. I can't say it in English for some reason. So and it heals inside your body at the
Oh,
same
you're
time.
talking about therapeutic, right?
Therapeutic. Thank you very much for listening to me. Oh, yeah, therapeutic. Yeah, for some reason,
That
because I
is
could say it in
that's a
French, I can
hard
explain
word.
everything in French, but I can't do it in English for some reason.
So is it
It's a
Gold
very
Ride? Is it Gold Ride light therapy?
Yeah, that's it. Gold light. Yeah,
don't worry,
really
therapy.
good. I had
Is it?
a muscle problem to my arm.
I'm seeing here it's for horses.
It's for horses and humans. Yeah. They
Hmm.
started it off because it helps all the muscling and all the problems that the horses had. But I mean, technically, we use it on humans too. I use it, and it helped me out for my arm. It helped me out. It's really, really. And now she has different. It's two owners. It's the mom and the daughter, and it's growing. And a lot of how do you say it? Medical problems that the horses have, because technically she works with the horses, but it's also good for human beings. So I know you're going to want to read on that, Akai, because I know you're going
I
to.
have read quite a bit on this, and I understand what they're doing when they're talking about the certain wavelength nanometers and
Yeah, that's it.
how it
But
improves
it works
circulation
because it
and it
worked on me.
stimulates cell regeneration and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they have different lights for different problems.
Yeah.
So it's really good. I could tell you that. It's. I mean, I've tried it, so I know that it works because I've tried it. It healed me up, and it helped me out. So, but I mean, yeah, technically, when they started that, they started it. It's to help the horses because of all competition and muscles and stuff like that, and aches and pains, and and it really helps out the horse. So
Sounds like
That's
we're
awesome.
overworking the horses.
yeah.
Well, when
Then
your
we
horses
have
are used for competition, they
yeah,
work.
yeah. Then we have Horizon Western, who is our partner also with all this nice swag that we got on. You could go to their website. Yeah, go to the, www.horizonwestern.com. You get a 15% off when you type LPV15. We got SL Photograph. We got Deba/Marcel Ferron. It's where we repair cars. So when you have an accident, you go to Marcel Ferron. And then we got Pit Stop Performance. Change your tires while we're doing. Thank you, son. Oh God, change your tires while we're doing. While you're listening to hockey, they come to your home, so they're mobile. They come to your home and they change your tires, winter tires, summer tires,
That's
repair
handy.
all that.
You know, there was a
Yeah.
place up here that did that with glass. They not the Safe Light guys, but they did paintless dent repair at your house and took out glass chips.
Okay.
So they could come to your work if you were working. Your car's out in the parking lot. They fix it all up, and you come
Yeah.
back out and have a brand new looking car.
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, they do with the tires and the repairs, flat tires, etc.
So
They
what
they
area do those
rim, they
guys operate
unrim.
in?
Yeah. And we got, I think, our last one, just to make sure.
Quick
CSL
question, Verm.
location. What?
Quick question. What
Yeah.
area do those tires guys operate in?
Well, technically, for sure, they operate in my area. So, I mean, Terrebonne, Mascouche, Repentigny, all the area that's close. Because if they
So if
go
you live
too
in that
far
area,
away,
these guys can come over and change your tires out.
yeah, exactly. And you call them up, they get to your home, or like Doc said, they'll go right to your workplace. You call them up while you're working, they'll change your tires right in the parking.
That's handy
So,
because I'm
and
always
That's
having to
very
cut
handy.
time out of my schedule to go find tires, and it's half a day, 45 minutes.
yeah, and you're right, because that's what I was telling. A lot of people are asking me, oh, well, they cost a lot. I go, no, they don't cost a lot, because technically you don't have to move. You don't have gas to pay. You don't have this. You don't have that. So technically, tire change at about $100.
So if they cost a little bit more, I think you're paying for that convenience factor.
Yeah.
Where you're not taking a Saturday where you could be spending that time with your family, your friends.
Yeah.
And
Saturdays suck at the auto shop because you spend the whole day there.
Yeah, and technically, then you got to go do your oil change. So you got like 2 hours of wasting time because they're going to do their tires and they got to do this. And oh well, sir, you have this problem with your car. We got to change that piece. And oh, sir, yeah. So they come
do you
in.
want your cabin air filter replaced?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, people that want to listen to us that are listening on our audio part will be you listen to us on YouTube. You listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the other platforms that we're joined up to. Yeah, so that's done. Okay. First topic. I was listening to a show. It's called DOCO, I think, or something like that. No, it's DOCE. And it's a CEO that does a podcast, and he invites a lot of people, and maybe you guys know him. And if you don't, I'll give you the link. And they were talking about the guy that invented Chat GPT.
Okay.
So, and he asked questions to the guy, and today, they're scared about it. They're scared about it because even that guy who invented ChatGPT is saying that there's a lot of people now that are using ChatGPT not the right way. So, technically, it gives the memory of ChatGPT a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be thinking of. See, almost a little bit like Terminator.
Well,
but I want us to have a debate on what we think about ChatGPT.
I have concern with him saying that we're not using ChatGPT the way it was intended. Because if he intended it to be a certain way and used a certain way, then that should be built into the limitations of ChatGPT, correct?
Yeah, well, what he was saying is a lot of people, instead of creating and using their mindset, what they do is they just write a little texting, and then they say, ChatGPT, create me this. And then ChatGPT will create it. Same way as our songs. It's done by AI.
Yeah, our song is done by AI.
Yeah. So technically, some scripts, some texting that you send to your company, a lot of it is done because now and more younger generation and also us use ChatGPT. Hey, look, my doc tells me, take your pictures, because I got like a little reoperated in the man, I'm looking for my words tonight. In the belly button, so they had to reopen my belly button. So and then I was looking at it, and was wondering if it's going well, if it's getting better. So I took a lot of pictures like before and then going on. And she goes to me, she goes, you know what you do? I go, what? Take the pictures, throw them all in ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT, how is it going? Well, I listened to her. I done it. And ChatGPT explained to me the process of my healing and told me it is going great. It is going on the right way. At first, and then it explains everything, almost like a doctor. So where I am with ChatGPT is being scared of what's going to be going on in the future. If everybody starts using ChatGPT,
I think there's going to be a lot of white collar jobs that get nixed because of AI.
After this term, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
There is. I mean, I don't need 500 programmers to work at Microsoft now when I can ask an AI program to do it for me and then have the 10 programmers I have fill in the holes and make it work.
Exactly. Well, there's already some gaming companies that are using AI to create their
Look at that. Well,
games.
yeah, there was that one group of guys that basically AI'd themselves out of a job.
Yeah,
They made a program that helped build the levels, and then they used that program and fired them to build the levels.
Mm-hmm.
It's
is
pretty
that
funny to
crazy?
me. But it's not crazy. It's just business.
It's business.
No, I know. Well,
But
I know.
have no fear, all you white collar workers with computer engineering degrees and all that stuff. I have jobs for you.
Plumbing.
Plumbing, HVAC, construction,
Electricity.
electrician. You'll work in a factory. There are millions of jobs out there. You're not going to like the pay, but
It's not going to be that 90,000 a year for the beginning.
well, I'm telling you right now, you can make $75,000 to $90,000 a year as a plumber,
Mm-hmm.
working for somebody.
Yeah, but you work a lot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you do your 40 hours.
They need more linemen for high voltage linemen. Those guys.
Linemen get paid more than plumbers, man. If I'd have been smart, I'd have been a lineman.
Where I'm at, I think they start at like 46 or 47 an hour. They're getting paid more than IT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I don't want to get out of the topic, but I think that a lot of people don't want to work manually anymore.
No, because we have told children, parents have told children, if you don't get a college degree, you're not going to amount to anything.
Yeah.
Which is bull. It's BS.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are guys I know that don't have college degrees that make millions of dollars a year without a college degree.
No, you're right.
And if I go to college, what am I learning in college? I go to college and I go to a bachelor's course, get my bachelor's, right?
It depends on where you go. But
I'm only learning at the rate of the dumbest kid in that class.
Yeah.
Because the teacher's going to hold everything back so that not so smart kid can get caught up with the rest of the class. And it happens in every college course that I've ever been in.
Well, for sure.
I would say that when I went to Colorado Christian University, and I give big props to them, classes are shorter there. If you have to get a bachelor's, I'd recommend a school like that. Most of their classes are 5 weeks long. Most of us intelligent people get bored with school after about 5 weeks. So by the time you're bored with the class, you need to start something new.
Yeah, which I like that. But telling somebody they need a college degree to do IT, there's a lot of guys I know that can spin circles around 90% of the IT professionals out there.
Yeah.
That don't have a college degree.
Yeah. Totally. So
look at engineers of the past. Look at engineers of the past. Some of these engineers back in 1880, they didn't go to school. They read a book.
Mm-hmm.
It had a bunch of math formulas in it. They understood the math formulas because they went to a good school and they got the basics. Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Yep.
It wasn't until later in life that we told people, hey, if you don't have a degree in data management, well, we can't use you. And when you have that degree in data management, well, we want 5 years experience on data management.
Okay.
So even though the kid's gone to college, he's got a master's degree, he's fresh out of high school, just finished college, he's 24, 26 years old, he's got a master's degree, and still can't get a job because he doesn't have the experience.
No, and I know a lot of people that have that issue. They get into an interview, they've got all the studies, they're specialists in programming and stuff like that. And then the people say, well, you need Java. You need this. Yeah, but look, I could learn it. No, you got to have it. Okay.
What I seen that was funny, I think the guy, maybe it came up 3 or 4 years ago, the guy that invented Open API.
Yes, that was hilarious.
They
Explain the
had a
story.
job post, okay, and it said looking for someone that knows Open API, needs 5 years of experience. And the guy responds and says, "Well, too bad I can't apply because I only invented it a year and a half ago." I'm serious. He's just like totally like did HR like do their math? Because he had literally invented a year and they're asking for 5 years experience. Does
Okay.
inventing it count as 3.5? Because that's the only way he could apply.
But there's a lot of filtering. You know, the companies now, they have a lot of filtering. Look at our company. I'm not going to talk which company I work for, but look at our company. Even if you're a sales guy, you got to have a degree now.
Why? Why? What's the degree do for you?
The degree is to, if the employee wants to pursue in another position, either leadership or stuff like that.
What's that got to do with anything?
I
Let me tell
know.
you, a degree doesn't teach you leadership. We all know that.
So so
No. They learn
and
leadership
and
while
that's
they're
what I've never
working.
under and I've always been told, well, the degree shows that you had the gumption to stay for 4 years and get your degree. And I go, okay, no problem. I'll take that. You spent 4 years in college, you got your degree, kudos, golf clap, right? You did it. I go, so then some guy that's getting out of the military was an NCO, served honorably, did 4 or 6 years or 8 years in the military, and decided to get out, can apply for that sales position because he stuck it out for 6 years. He fulfilled his contractor for 6 years. Why
Yeah.
isn't the guy that joined the military that obviously has leadership experience,
Yeah.
obviously knows how to run a team, how to, decipher policy and, standards and what's supposed to be done, not on the same equal playing field as some guy with a college degree that's got 6 years partying at school?
Yeah. I know. So I told you, sometimes when we have these arguments,
I wouldn't
you
call it an
know,
argument. I would call it a discussion
well,
because
a discussion. I mean,
we don't really ever
when you
argue.
have these discussions and then you tell them, I go, well, look, I got more than 30 years of experience in leadership.
Well, I can tell you what they're doing in IT right now. It's really funny. At the lowest level, they're looking for people with what we call them top shelf skills, like knowing how to work with people, knowing how to defuse situations. Because they're like, I can teach you how to do IT. If you have this, we'll hire you because we can teach all this.
But that's what it should be in a company. Look, you got like 40% of what we need, or maybe 60% of what we need, and we'll get you we'll teach you the other 60%. I mean
But
the
I
other
think
40%.
I think you're thinking of companies back in the 1950s and 1960s, where they used to hire a guy just on his gumption. They used to hire a guy
On
just
word of
because
mouth.
they had the chutzpah or whatever you want to call it, the drive to be there and apply and go forward and try to get that job, and they would OJT him the rest.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the 70s and 80s where they started demanding all these college degrees, because some guy got in there with a college degree and says, well, if you don't have a college degree, you're nothing.
Yeah.
That and they make money off of it.
Yeah.
They don't want you to
I,
go to lineman school for a year and make $100,000 a year.
yeah.
No,
I'm
you
I'm
can't.
I'm
You can't do
yeah.
that.
No. I'm for that people go to college and get their college degree and stuff like that. But someone that has good experience, you should look at it also. You
Yeah,
should
but
take that in
a
consideration.
college degree in what?
When I started at my company, I remember worrying about it because I don't got my degree. So I remember worrying about it. And I was talking with a girl from HR and they said, I don't got my degree. I only got my high school. So she goes to me, she goes, okay, what's the problem? Well, I want to let you know. I got my high school, but I didn't go to college. So she says, well, how many years have you been working in this job? When it was at that time, it was more than 25 years. So she goes to me, "You got 25 years experience. It's better than a degree." But that's what she told me, and that's why I got hired, because of my experience. But today,
he wouldn't
um,
get hired.
no,
because
you don't. It's all
they
about degrees, and it's
well,
always
no, today for you, they would figure out ways to not hire you because you're older.
well, for sure. I know.
That's the silent killer now. Is when you get to that age where, well, we don't want to hire him anymore because he has to get paid more money. He'd be a superstar on the team, but he has to get paid more money.
Yes, but the thing is, they don't have too many people to hire anymore, and people that they do hire, well, sometimes they'll leave fast because they don't get a raise. They don't become presidents of companies.
No, they'll work.
They
They'll work a
want to have the
company.
job of the president, but without doing it.
They'll work a company 2 to 3 years, and they move to the next company because they got an offer for
Yeah.
$5,000-$10,000 more.
Yeah. And also, I follow just to give you another example, I follow a TikToker, Facebook Reels, and stuff like that. She got her college degree. Why are you laughing? She got her college degree. Okay.
TikTok.
She's an engineer. She has the ring. She's an engineer. So you know how much an engineer costs in money? You know what she does now?
Like, I got like sent to like
TikTok?
She does TikTok, Facebook. She says, slap or kiss. So you must have seen it. Okay. And she has her OnlyFans.
Well, I mean, we could sit and talk about OnlyFans. I think there's some women that no one else in the world would like, and they probably make money on OnlyFans because unfortunately, sex sells.
Yeah, and you don't even get touched.
Maybe.
You know how much
some of these girls are getting touched.
Yeah,
by multiple men.
That's what you do afterwards. But
no, they're doing it and recording it and getting paid more.
Doing it, recording it on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so, 20 years from now, when they're having their own kids, and somebody stumbles across mom's,
try to explain
OnlyFans
that mom
page.
was doing these things. Yeah.
Oh my God!
It reminds me of a skit I seen.
Yeah,
I seen a skit on it, and it was like the dad was coming in telling the son, "You got to stop playing games." And it was like 2045, and he says, "No, because you didn't tell me that mom got trained by 12 black guys in 2025. You can't tell me nothing, Dad."
Yeah.
Well, look at that one lady. She slept with 1,000 dudes.
Is she in the book?
Yeah.
Of
Oh yeah. I've seen that one. Yeah, but I didn't see the video, but I've heard
think
about
that
it.
she's ever going to have a meaningful relationship with somebody?
With a rhinoceros?
No.
Somebody's going to go, "Ooh, you're the lady for me."
Well,
but Ragnar here said people are not moving for jobs like they used to either, because since companies are not paying relocation because of the housing issue. Which, yeah. But
so there's a lot of, and Ragnar's right. There's a lot of reasons that make me think of, why does a company limit? Hey, you got to have a degree. Look, I'm willing to go work in Burlington or whatever.
I can tell you why. Because
I
they
got a
have
perfect
HR
story for this.
They have HR making job descriptions for people, and HR generally doesn't even know about the job. So then you interview the first time with HR, and you pretty much have to baffle them with BS. Because if you tell them, "Hey, look, I'm CISSP certified," that flies over their head like the planes do all day long. They have no idea what that means.
Okay.
And what that's causing is we have this thing where you have HR trying to hire, for example, in IT, and then they're complaining that they don't have enough employees, but HR is not hiring any employees. And I have a story for that too. Did you hear about the guy that applied for a position in his own company? And he got automatically denied by AI, and he got the whole HR department fired because he already had the position. He was the manager and put in his own resume, and he got automatically rejected. And he says, "Hey, what's up with this? I'm the manager's department," and you wouldn't. Obviously, he changed his name, but
You wouldn't accept my resume? Okay, so, and they fired like 6 people in the HR department the next day because
Wow.
they weren't doing their due diligence.
Yeah.
I went and applied for we'll call it an aerospace company years ago. And using, SolidWorks software and all this stuff. And, actually building and testing and launching test vehicles, which was what the job description was. And I had years of experience doing that because I used to work in aerospace doing R&D. And I used to take engineers' cocktail napkin drawings, make them come real, and then test launch them and send back data to the, whatever our contract liaison was, so they could filter it through and do their thing. I found a job with a company here in town doing the exact same thing. I had years of experience. I knew how to use the software, but because I did not have a college degree, they weren't even willing to give me an interview.
Wow.
Their loss.
Yeah. So we've went to 3 topics without knowing it, that we switched to 3 topics, but
Yeah,
we're going to go on something. What?
I like salad.
Yeah.
I like guns. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's our next topic?
We've wanted to talk last week about that truck driver. So why don't we hit that? Because for an income poop, I'm sorry to say, I'm being polite when I say income poop. It was really stupid. What do you guys think about it? What give me some feedback on that.
My personal opinion?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to like this one.
Go.
I think the team driver that was sitting in the cab of that truck also needs to be charged with homicide because he let that guy do that stupid move. He knew it was happening. He was the passenger. He needs to be charged too. And if he's here illegally, don't deport him. Put him in jail. The driver of that vehicle, don't make a U-turn on the frickin' highway. That's just stupid. Your trailer's sticking across all 3 lanes of traffic.
Well, so
he's totally 100%
I don't even know how
responsible
he
for that
thought
whole
about
family's death, and he needs to be charged with murder, and they need to execute him. That's my feeling on it.
I think
is that in Colorado?
No, it's in
he's
Florida.
from India, right? He's from India, right?
And they need to execute him.
I think they should do it Indian style. Whatever way they do executions in India, like for example in Iraq, they hang people still. And what I would say is, if you're driving down the road in the United States, and it's probably very similar in Canada, and if you look at where the start of that video is, that guy is on the shoulder. Every car in the country is going to go over to the left lane to give that truck room in case that driver gets out so they don't kill the driver. And he went from the shoulder of the road across 2 lanes of traffic, making an illegal U-turn. 100% responsible.
But how can you think having a 53 feet trailer in back of you turn? You're not even allowed to turn on the auto route. You're not even allowed to turn on the highway.
You're not. However, I would like to point out that they gave him a test, and I think he passed 212 on the English portion, and he only got 1 of 4 signs right. So the fact that he really didn't know how to drive would explain probably why. I'm not saying the guy's not intelligent.
Yeah, but California passed him.
Well, California is the, maybe one day the San Andreas fault will go. I hope everyone that gets evacuated, but maybe one day, like, we can solve our problems a different way. Because,
but didn't
a couple 3 weeks ago,
he passed California
and
Washington. Didn't he pass in Washington?
Yep. And you remember, like a month
and
or a month and a half ago,
he can't speak English. He doesn't know what the signs are, but yet he still passed a DOT test for driving.
And then there was a video that I found from July of this same year, July 3rd traffic stop. He was doing 60, 70 and a 55, and he was trying to talk to the police officer, and he's like, let's see what it says. He said, I got to find where it talked about it here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he's just babbling. He doesn't speak good English.
Here it
And
is. Here's what he said. What's that? This trooper says before singing. I'm sorry. I guess I don't understand what you're saying. The trooper says, and then he says, maybe in this my ticket on my license. How many years? Like, that's not comprehensible.
No.
And they're you're supposed to have general English proficiency, 100% for federal.
well, they got what? Was it a four questions they ask you
They
now
ask
when
you,
you go to a stop?
no, they ask you 12 in English,
Is it 12 questions? You got to
and
pass
they
them.
and they ask you four different signs. I call them stop signs, but the
Okay.
military.
Okay.
And let me be honest about the signs, though. Do you remember when you learned how to drive the first time and they had the videos where they ask you what the last sign you've seen is? But everyone sees
Yeah.
like the stop sign, but like the actual last sign you've seen was like a children crossing sign and they mess with you. I don't know if everyone in America could do all 4 on 4.
Maybe not, but at least if I got pulled over by DOT, I'd be able to answer the questions in English.
100%.
I wasn't even talking.
And I'm all for immigrants coming to this country, learning our
Mhm.
language.
Well, remember, he didn't come here legally, though. He was detained in 2008 for
Yeah,
illegally
he's supposed to
crossing the
be
border.
deported.
He claimed asylum because apparently he's going to go back to India and get killed. They issued him a driver's license in California, then in Washington, as an illegal immigrant while he's going through proceedings, and now he's killed 3 people. Now, obviously, he didn't kill people on purpose. It is a big mistake, but it's not like he's like, hey, let me just pull out in front of this car and kill everybody in it.
That guy
No.
was totally emotionless.
Well, maybe he has no emotion as being.
Well, they did say that when he seen what happened, he ran out to the car, broke out the window, and held the hand of the one guy and said, "Hey, they're coming to help us on the way. Hold on."
Weren't they decapitated or something like that? No.
There was one guy that was alive after the accident, but he died at the hospital.
Okay.
He only
Is he dead?
Oh no,
He's
he
dead.
died. He died at the hospital.
Okay.
But he went to that one of the people and said, "Help us on the way."
Maybe that's what they need to do is put him in a minivan with his family and put it up to 75 miles an hour and just right into a trailer.
Well, the problem is you and I did the math last week. I don't think he was going 75 miles an hour. I
No.
found the section of the turnpike that we think he was at and where logically it looks like the turnaround happened. He was probably going 45 miles an hour when he had to start braking, and he couldn't stop in time.
But even at 45 miles an hour, it's still fast.
Well, it's 70. We figured
It's
it out. At
70.
at 70 miles an hour, it would have
Yeah.
taken that minivan 312 feet to stop.
Yeah.
And he was only, what, six
He-
line indicators back? Which
Yeah,
is
which
like
is-
100 and something feet.
I think it was 6, which is 40 feet per between line indicator and the next line indicator, which is 240 feet. And he was going 45 miles an hour, is what we figured.
On impact.
And no, at the
It was
start,
45 miles an hour at impact.
but based on how hard he impact. But that doesn't mean he wasn't already slowing down when you first see him on camera.
Yeah.
And then because the guy covered both lanes, there's nowhere for you to go. But as Akai said, what we learned in school is if you're going to hit the truck, hit the tires. It's still going to hurt, but you won't go underneath of it.
What do you mean hit the tires?
Hit the
On a
tires.
trailer, there's nothing to stop you
brake.
from going.
Brake.
Yeah, if you're gonna
No,
hit
not
a
brake.
tractor trailer, aim for the tires on the rear wheels.
Oh, okay.
'Cause at least you're not going to go underneath the
Because you're
trailer.
not going to go underneath. It's going to deploy your
No,
airbags.
You'll
It's going to do
crash.
everything.
You'll crash. Yeah. Yeah. You'll
But
crash
you're
and
more
you'll
likely
bump.
to live because all your airbag sensors on your bumper. Those people, I can almost guarantee the airbags didn't deploy because they're on the bumper. So unless your bumper hit, no airbag deployment.
He didn't hit the bumper of his car. He hit the windshield.
Well, for sure. The height of the trailer is about the windshield. So he squished under the trailer.
Yeah, right about here.
So yeah, you're right. He should have aimed. He should have turned and aimed for a tire. At least, I know he tried to save his ass, but yeah.
Not everyone knows that. So this is just a public service announcement. If something happens to you like this, and you have to choose what part of the trailer you want to hit, aim for the tires,
Yeah.
and then call a good lawyer, because you're gonna have a chunk of change,
That family, that company's already closed. It's gone.
and they cancel their
Yeah.
insurance.
Well, they did. They don't want to pay.
Well,
They
the
don't-
insurance company's going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay out on this claim. But yeah, this company is done.
Mhm. And they
But
had.
they'll
if
open
you
another
look-
one.
If you look at their company, it was almost all people from India. And I want to bring this up. When we were
But
kids, we used to have.
it's been a big problem for years with, I don't want to call all the immigrants out, but it's that there's a group of people out there that are driving trucks, and they drive teams, and they'll have 3 or 4 people living in a truck. They will literally cut a hole in the floor of the truck, do their business while the truck is screaming down the road. They only stop for fuel and to switch out drivers. And
I don't think they stopped to switch out drivers.
oh no, they're jumping seats. I've seen them do it. And they're literally point A to point B hauling, and they never stop except for maintenance breakdowns.
When they have no choice.
Yeah.
I suppose it pays well.
And they don't speak English, and they don't. But all I do is get a bill of lading, and they type in the address into their GPS or their computer. It tells them to go here, and they take it there and deliver it. I'm glad they're willing to work.
Yeah.
And they're not collecting social welfare and stuff like that. That's awesome. Props off to you guys. I really appreciate the fact that you're doing that. But I bet if you really looked into it, majority of those people are illegal anyways, and they need to be deported. And that's why Trump signed that thing about drivers having to be able to read and speak English.
Again, I don't think they should be deported. I think that that lets them get off scot-free, because is he going to do the same thing in India and kill more people?
Well,
you could say it's not our problem.
This guy should never be deported. This guy should go to federal prison.
No, he should just get home.
Yeah, that too. I agree.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm not a huge capital punishment guy, but you could look at the guy in, was it Wyoming, Idaho, that killed 4 people, and he gets to sit in prison, get 3 hots and a cot for the rest of his life on hard time. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. If you kill people,
no, and it costs us $75,000 a year.
Only 75
as a taxpayer.
Only 75.
Yeah.
Well, that's a guesstimate
Well, it
minimum.
depends what you have.
Some of those prisons get $250,000 a head.
Yeah.
And if they go below 80% or 90%, then the state has to pay absorbent fines. Like California's pretty well known for that. So they keep the prisons full for BS crimes so that they can not pay fines.
Wow.
Oh, you got your 3rd speeding ticket in a year, going to prison for 5 years. Like, I'm not saying that's actually without a speeding ticket, but that's how bad it is. 3 strikes and you're out.
I have to bring it tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, Ragnar wrote. Not only, but most companies use the AI-based applicant. Yes, they do. My company does too.
I can tell you guys a way around that. If you put a background image on your resume and you literally copy the job description into the background. Hello, Katie. Katie's looking at you saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it in white text so they can't see it, and then you put your resume over the top. The AI scanner will scan it and scan the perfect job description and think you match all the qualifications.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I got an offer from the TSA the other day. That TSA.
Oh. Wait, my brother-in-law just wrote to me, and my trucker brother-in-law just wrote to me, and he writes, I'll try to translate as fast as I can. He writes, we have the same damn problem in Canada. And it's immigrants, it's illegal immigrants Kipal are English, and they give them their ID or
Yeah.
permit to drive. So I know what he's talking about because I had a conversation. I'm not going to say where and what, but I had a conversation with one of the officers that would give permits in Ontario. That's the other state. I mean, oh God, I'm talking about states now. That's the other province. So she told me, she goes, they come off the boat. 3 weeks, they got their permit. And they're driving trucks. And I'll say like my brother-in-law, they're
How? They
driving
don't even
trucks
speak the language.
with the goods, with the not even with shoes, man.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't even speak the language. How are they going to read the signs? How do they know the traffic codes? They can't even read the book.
Here's what I'd like to say about that. My wife immigrated to the United States, and from the time we filed the paperwork to the time we got here was like 19 and a half months.
That's fast-tracked.
And that's fast-track. I called my senator. She applied for a visa to Canada and got it back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you can apply for a visa in Canada to visit your family and you can get it back in 2 weeks, why are you coming off the boat illegally in the first place?
Some people think that they have to be illegal.
Well, there's a lot of people that go to Canada on an educational visa or a travel visa, and then they just never show back up. And
should we talk about Southwest?
Yeah, let's talk about the Southwest, the
airlines.
The airlines.
What's going on with the airlines?
So Southwest used to be one of the most loved airlines. You used to be able to pick your seat. Your bags used to fly free. They got rid of that. You can't pick your seat anymore. The bags don't fly free anymore. But now they have a policy in place that's starting next year, and they didn't really specify when, but 2026. If you can't fit between the armrests, you pay for an extra seat. Unless the plane isn't full. I am serious. If you can't fit between the armrests. And the picture I sent of Sam, if you take you and Sam and me and put them together, I think the guy was bigger than all three of us put together. He was a big old boy. And I was like, well, how do you go to the bathroom on the plane when you're that big? You can't even fit in the bathroom.
Man, it's already complicated for people that could fit. Imagine the one that can't fit.
I have never fit in an airplane bathroom, ever, my whole life.
That's 'cause you're
Even when I was 180 pounds, I don't know how people fit in that bathroom to do their business.
Oh, well, I only piss because I can tell you never poop on an airplane.
No?
No. You hold it. Unless it's a long flight, then you really hold it. Because the airport bathroom is generally way better than that airplane.
Yeah,
like
but
an airport bathroom.
Go.
I don't usually have a lot to go. I think I went once. And I was so, for one, it was funny, but it was so tight in there that I said, I'm not going to pee anymore in there.
Well, and then you hear about people getting the mile high.
You're always going like this.
Yeah.
You're like, how do people do the mile high club there?
You know what the mile high club is?
You got to be mixed.
You know what the mile high club is?
No.
It's where two people copulate on an airplane. They call it a mile high because you make love above a mile above the earth.
Oh, God.
So they're in that bathroom just, making an OnlyFans video, I guess.
That would be funny.
The problem is it's 100% illegal.
I'm sure someone must have think about it. Someone must have thought about it.
Well, it's so popular. I think in Vegas they have a plane where you can fly up and they'll bring you up and you let you use the whole plane. Beds and everything and join the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
With a lot more class.
Well, talking about class, let's talk about Taylor Swift. Well, I love Taylor Swift.
We were, this conversation actually came up between me and Akai because the lady, so it's Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
He has a brother. What is his brother's name? I forget.
I don't know.
Travis Kelce.
But Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And everybody refers to them as a power couple. I know Taylor Swift is fairly liberal.
And Kelsey is fairly conservative.
Is he conservative?
He is.
But wasn't he going for Kamala?
I mean, do you do a lot of things your wife wants you to do just because she wants you to do it?
No.
No, he was. I'm sure he was going there. I'm sure because Taylor Swift was going there.
But more power to him. If he's in love, that's the girl for him. Go for it. But I bet you that's going to be one heck of a prenup.
But you know what I said? When I saw that, I was happy for them. You know, I just said that.
She
be
found
warned.
love. I hope she's happy.
Be warned. You are going to have some songs written about you. That's for sure. Because every boyfriend she had, whenever it was positive or negative, she would write a song.
So
now he's going to have some songs written about him.
So everybody's going to know their dirt because it's going to come out in her music.
So what we found out is Travis Kelce has a brother named Jason Kelce. I think he played center for the Eagles. And his current wife, he met on Tinder. Okay? So look at it from her perspective. She meets a random guy on Tinder, doesn't know he's a football player, finds out he's a football player, marries him because she's in love, not because he's a football player. And now your sister-in-law is going to be Taylor Swift. Okay. Like, you want to talk about, like, the stars aligning for someone?
Yeah. More power to them, dude. I hope they have a long, fruitful relationship and their life's great.
If they ever looking for a good investor, Akai knows a guy. Give him a call. He'll take care of you.
Very happy to take their money.
So, my brother-in-law wrote back to me on something. We were talking about truckers and salaries and immigrants in the trucking industry and all that. And he says, immigrants are paid at minimum wage, and they go get good prices to go to the United States. So it's one of the reasons why they do that. So they can, because they're truckers, they could cross the border.
Well, if you get, let's just say you get $10,000 to deliver a load, right? And you have to pay this guy $1.50 a mile, and I know that's probably not accurate, okay? But you can pay this immigrant over here 25 cents a mile.
Yeah.
Like, as a company, I don't, like I said before, if I were a company, I understand why they're doing it, because your biggest cost is employee salary. It's usually 40% with their benefits. If you could reduce that and still make the same amount, I'm not for it, but I understand why they do it.
Yeah. And he's saying that because of them, they're not getting the good wages truck business,
but that goes across a lot of industries.
Yeah, because my brother-in-law goes to Texas, I forgot, because he's going back to the United States, but I know he used to go to Texas and stuff like that. So I got to remind myself where he's going now. But so he has he's Canada, US, Canada, US, Canada, US. So, but he has the good jobs. That's what he's saying. They pick up all the old trucks and the bad jobs.
Yeah, but we've discussed this before about illegal immigrants and how they take the jobs and lower the wages, and and then people complain, well, there's nobody to be your maid, there's nobody to be your hotel cleanup person, there's nobody to work in your restaurant. Well, no, because nobody wants to work for that wage that you're offering, because they have families and jobs and have lived in this country long enough to know that I can't survive off $15 an hour. I need to make $20 an hour.
So I'm going to tell a quick story about this. I have a friend.
I don't know. He must be on my personal Facebook. So I'm getting the comments because I opened my phone. Usually, if he would have been on Les Productions, we would have seen a live. He's writing, in average, they pay 25 to 30 cents a mile. And for him, it's like 60 cents a mile.
Yeah, my dad makes 82.
They're doing it for half the price.
Half the price.
They're doing it for half the price. And so when you got all these, fruit pickers that are getting all the illegals that pick fruit. Well, now they have to pay people to pick fruit, people that actually live here, that are legal. These people don't know what to do, and there's not enough of them, of course.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're just hiring the illegals.
we used to detassel corn when we were kids.
Yeah.
Get loaded up on the bus, go out to the fields, detassel corn, get back in the things later in the day. You freeze your butt off in the morning and fry during the day. But that's how you made your money. It wasn't a bunch of illegals doing it. It was high school kids.
He just wrote to me. He goes, I'm at Odessa, Texas.
Odessa.
Okay.
They're known for
Odessa,
football.
Texas. That's where he is now.
They're
He's
known
listening to us from Texas.
Well, hello.
So,
Okay, can we read?
so I had a friend. It's actually my business partner. He's a good guy, and he lived in North Carolina for a while, and he worked at a nursing home. And they didn't want to give him a pay raise, and he walked in and said, "Hey, you know what's going on?" And his boss literally told him, "I have a stack of resumes this high of immigrants that'll come work here. You can take your $12 an hour, or you can get the heck out of here." And not a lot he could do about it.
No. Yeah. Crazy.
So, should we go into our worst
So-
topic of the night?
Yeah. We see how great it was and it went fast. And now we're past already our show.
What's our last
Ladies-
topic?
You want to go on the last topic? Shooting in the Catholic school.
In Minneapolis.
Oh,
So there's a person named Robin Westman that was named Robert Westman, I believe. Identified as a woman at some point in time. Went up to what I understand the school windows and shot into the school. Killed 2 children, 8 and 10, and injured 17 other people. And then proceeded to go to the parking lot and end their own life, which is unfortunate. So I'll say once again, if you have thoughts of suicide, it might be. Is it 6? No, it's 881 or there's a suicide hotline number.
Yeah.
so the suicide hotline. Keep talking. I'm looking it up.
988.
988.
And then what they did is they had a YouTube channel and they delayed stuff, so they already had like a manifesto of not liking their life and telling people that sorry that they're doing this to their family, which it got taken down, but it was time released. So after this happened, this thing went up on YouTube and someone found it from the news media. But like they went to a Catholic school and killed children, and like they're not even like they never even went to school there. So like there's a lot of unknowns. What my biggest concern is the person identified more as liberal, and liberals tend to be more pro gun control, and it really doesn't shed a good light because now this is kind of a stain on an entire group of people, and that group of people is going to get judged based on this one person that probably had something going wrong in the head, probably needed the help.
But let's preface this. This is not the first time that a person from that community has gone into a school and shot it up.
Well, they killed JFK, they killed Lincoln, they started the KKK, they were anti-civil rights, they didn't want women to vote. It's the same group of people.
Yep.
It's the same group of people. And I would say that group of people in the United States is very different from that group of people in Canada. You can actually discuss things. Verm and I have conversations off the air. We discuss things and we talk like civilized human beings.
Yeah.
I sent the picture to Akai. That it ends up being very true. It's called The Complete Guide to Liberal Slurs. And a racist is someone that wins an argument against a liberal. A bigot is a person that wins an argument against a liberal. And we could go on and on and on. But it's like they want to call people things because when they can't win with intellect, they resort to trying to insult you. And then what they're trying to do is get a rise out of you so you do a reaction. And then they're going to, oh, he tried to attack me. That's all that's really going on because they're not winning their argument, so they're trying to deflect.
But I'm just going to put it out there that blessings and prayers to those families that have
100%.
wounded and who have lost somebody. Our hearts go out to you. That is just the most god awful thing as a parent of a child that you could ever think of, that you send your child to school and it gets shot up. That is the worst thing that could possibly happen. And
I can't even see losing my 2 boys. So
yeah, and as parents, it's supposed to be the other way around. We're supposed to be, they're supposed to be burying us. It's not supposed to be us burying them. And but what I can't understand, and it still drives me batty, is why somebody wants to pick on and they always pick on the weakest location: a school, a church, a mall, place that you're not allowed to carry a firearm, and they'll go in there and they will shoot it up. And what gets blamed is the firearm, for starters. It's not the person. The person doesn't get blamed. Their views don't get blamed. Their manifesto doesn't get blamed. It after it kind of calms down, then it's always the firearm's fault, and it's because they had this firearm they were able to do this. Well, we've already proved it in England that if you take away the firearms, the next is going to be kitchen knives, where you need a license as a chef just to carry around a roll of knives to go to your job. Because people are stabbing each other with knives they're buying for their kitchens, because they can't get guns.
Violence is going to happen regardless of the thing. And here's where a good point is. There's a lot of veterans that are unemployed. And I can tell you, if you put a veteran in a school, or a few of them, and you say, defend these kids at the cost of your own life, those veterans will lay down their life every day of the week for those children. And veteran unemployment is pretty high right now. And that would help alleviate that. However, as you said, it's very sad that would happen. As I said, dial 988 if you have problems. Get the help you need. Because hurting kids or hurting the innocent is never the answer.
It's not the children's fault. No matter how you feel about it, it wasn't their fault, but yet you took it out on them. And you know what? I'm kind of glad he did kill himself.
Yeah.
Because now I don't have to wait for a prolonged, court case. I don't have to watch him rot in jail for the next 50 years when he gets parole. Or he'll end up going to a wacko bin because they'll find out he's not mentally stable and he'll live there for 20 years and then get released to go live. I will
tell you, in Minnesota, they don't have the death penalty. He would have got life without parole because they don't have the death penalty.
A lot of these guys,
well, now that one's handled,
are claiming criminal insanity. They're going to jail, and they're going to one of those jail mental ward places. They'll be there for 10 to 20 years at most, and then they get released back into the public because they're cured. And they never serve a day for their crime.
I don't know. I've never been to prison, but anyone that hurts children in prison generally doesn't fare very well.
No, not anymore. Whoa. If you hurt somebody in prison that has done something either as a sexual predator or a violent crime to children, you as the inmate are going to get charged with a hate crime. Serious.
Is that every state or is that federal?
Almost every state.
Because there was that guy in Michigan.
Do you know in the state of Colorado that if you go and molest a child, there's a high likelihood chance that you'll never spend a single day in prison, that you'll get released on parole? And the only way that these guys are getting prosecuted to get prison time is if they molest multiple children in one court case type hearing. But if they molest a child, go to parole, and then go molest another child, they never go to jail. They get released.
Yeah. Sorry, we got Dennis Smith saying hi to all of us.
Hi, Dennis Smith.
On my other Facebook. Okay, we're going to close this up.
Yes, we're big time.
But one comment that my brother-in-law said, he goes, salaries are not going up because of these immigrants, because they get paid low wages, like we already talked about. We talked
I agree
about
with
that,
you, brother.
right? Yeah, about that, and so I agree with him that you know, for sure, an employer wants a cut. Is going to take someone that's going to accept 30 cents a mile. So, yeah, okay, Kai, do your thing.
Please like and subscribe on all our platforms. We really appreciate it. Go out to our swag store. I forgot my cup again. And
I saw it. I saw it.
I did have it last 2 weeks ago. It's in the kitchen, but
Yeah.
I forgot to bring it out here this morning or this afternoon. Yeah, and go out to our swag store, which is now live, and you can get the same cup I have. It's an all metal cup, and that thing held ice for 2 whole days. I was shocked.
Yeah. And remember one thing: people that were asking us, "Hey, we want to have some swag." They're nice, the swags. We like it. That, you know, I'm building more swag. I'm going to be sitting down with Akai, and we're going to be building more swags. But you know, if you're interested in helping us out, there are funds in the back that go to Vermland Radio. I mean, LPV podcast. I'm also stuck on the old name. Yeah, so it helps pay what you see at the moment. And another thing that I do want to remind everybody, people that come and see us, come and watch us, please ring that bell. Please, you know, join. You bring up the numbers in YouTube, and it helps us out. Yeah, and yeah, notifications and all that, because it does help us out. I mean, you come and listen to us, you take the time to listen to our shows, but you know, we need that help. Click on it, you know, and you know, it helps us out. So please. Okay, gents. Ladies and gents, thank you very much. See you all next week on Wednesday, and we will have the French podcast also on Tuesday. So I'm going to be busy next week. Whew. Yeah. Have a nice one, everybody.
Have a good one.